Welcome to Slayerfest 98. I'm Ian Carlos Crawford.
I'm Dayspring.
I'm Xana.
And I'm Jamie Jirak, and we are here to talk Angel, Season 4, Episode 19, The Magic Bullet.
All right. Xana, you haven't, it's been a minute, so it's nice to see your face.
Yes.
What do you think of the Jasmine arc? I'm curious. I don't think I know the answer to this.
From where we started in this series, like just even season 4 till now, we have done like 3 mini seasons in like many different episodes. I think I like Jasmine as like an entity. I hate how she comes into the series. I think her background is cool, and I wish this was the main story. Like I wish this happened earlier. I wish we could have fleshed this out instead of doing like, here's 4 episodes of this weird thing. Here's an apocalyptic scenario. Here's something else. Like it could have been the main through line, where I think this one was just, it was so rushed, and you can tell. So as much as I would like to say it's my favorite, it's not. But I like her. I think she's fun. So yeah, Gina Torres is great.
Right.
Just maybe not here.
That's definitely the consensus of like, well, Gina Torres is great, but
Yeah.
asterisk.
Beautiful, hot woman. Love that. Love evil women.
Yes,
Maybe not
yeah.
the storyline.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. And yeah, I think to your point, that is my biggest issue, is that they're trying to make it a through line, but it is absolutely not.
It was the exposition of, oh, you know all that stuff that we didn't explain to you earlier? Here, this is why now. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it does not match up. What did you think of this episode overall?
I like these episodes because like the tonal shift is so aggressive from where we were literally 2 days ago till now. I like the mind control. I like the conspiracy theory of it all. I like Fred being isolated again, in the sense that she's like having to literally take care of this team that just did that for her a season ago. Like she has now literally been brought into a situation that she has to deal with. Like it basically like she's back in Pylea, just here where everybody's insane. But I enjoyed this episode. I think it's very fun. I think the tone is great. So I like it.
All right. Dayspring, what'd you think?
I love Jasmine. I saw this as it was happening. I was so obsessed with Gina Torres that I went to my student union in college, printed out her photo, titled it "The Woman Will Give a Speech Tonight," and plastered it all over my fucking dorm. I am up fucking obsessed.
All right.
So it worked.
Yeah,
it worked for me. Listen, I was like an 18-year-old gay boy, whatever. Like, she's fabulous. Why wouldn't I want her in my life? Here's the thing. I understand, like, Xana, everything you said, I completely agree. It is rushed because Charisma Carpenter's pregnancy forced them to redo the story for the second half of the season, right? It was supposed to culminate with Angel versus Cordelia. That was supposed to be like the big fight. So I think given that they pivoted, I think they did it as best as they could. I think they made it interesting. I think this is an episode, and we'll get into it, that really solidifies me as a Winifred Burkle stan. I mean, and this is a reason why, with what happens next season to her and Illyria, why it's so heartbreaking, because she's so pure, innocent, but so fucking tough. Like when she's sitting down with that demon and she's like, well, I haven't killed you yet. I was like, damn, girl.
She survived much worse than a little asparagus demon. Like, come on.
Yeah. I forgot Amy Acker is a phenomenal actress. And I was kind of thinking about this years ago with Dollhouse. I love Eliza. No disrespect to Faith. But I thought Amy has that range. She has a very specific range. She can be the huntress. She can be Illyria. She can be nerdy. She can be the love interest. She can be the smartest person in the room. She just has a wonderful range. So,
We've
Jamie.
said that exact same thing on my podcast, which is like Amy would have been the better dollhouse.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we go through that on my show, like when we're on hiatus from our main feed, and so I'm gonna keep you in mind. And
Oh my God,
you'll be getting a
please.
call.
Jamie, I'm like fanboy. First of all, I'm obsessed with your Dingoes Ate My Baby shirt.
Thank you.
Respect for Devin, because I had a skin of Devin for the Sims 2, and it was him with the crop top of Dingoes Ate My Baby, and I was in love with. I thought there was no one cooler than Devin.
Ooh, and that V that he had, that
was back
really
when no one had muscle mass in the 90s. He was really vivid. So yeah. I think just like I agree with you on the sense that like things changed for them. They made it work. And I agree. I think looking at the season as a whole, it's insane from start to finish. So of course, towards the end, it just keeps topping itself. And I just hate that when they fall back onto something, they're like, okay, we have to pivot. It's always mystical pregnancy or deep demonic possession. And we've seen it in many storylines every single season of Angel that I'm like, oh, y'all literally were like, this is all we have. Let's just use this. Let's not go any further than that. So that's just like, it feels at this point too repetitive now, especially when it comes to Illyria in season 5. And I'm like, come on. Like, it's just every single season. We get back here and I'm like, we've dealt with it. Let's move on. Like, you can do something else, please.
And you know what, Xana, I was also thinking as you were talking, it's such a big story and scope that it didn't deserve to be a last minute, replacement, because I remember thinking of this when it aired. And where are we in Angel season 4? Buffy is season 7.
Yeah.
So they're already long into UPN. I was like, why isn't Buffy being affected by? Oh, because they don't broadcast. Yeah, it's only LA. I'm sorry.
And at that point, I think Sunnydale was evacuated, so she wouldn't have seen it anyways. Everything was gone.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
That's true.
Oh wait. Was Sunnydale? They were evacuating too. Yeah, they would be in LA. There would be some LA Sunnydale people in LA. And they'd be like,
Yeah.
It is funny because there are moments where they're like, when Jasmine is like, I can only reach this small zone for now. And it's only to make sense for Buffy. Like, that's the only reason they have to throw that line in. But I love Jasmine. I hate how they got there. I hate that, of course, but like, I love this arc, and this is my favorite episode of the Jasmine arc. I was so excited when you gave me this episode because I love this episode. It's so much fun. It's silly. It's just such a nice reprieve from everything we've been dealing with. And I'm sorry that a lot of that has to do with the fact that Cordelia's in a coma. That sucks, but it's a fact. That's part of the reason why it's better.
Even watching it now, too, watching this happen, there's always some hot girl that comes up in popularity and we're immediately obsessed. And it has that Jasmine effect where everybody's ready to worship and drop everything. Like, I'm thinking about it in like terms of like hot, messy blonde women like Slater right now, who's finally getting her moment in the spotlight. Like, just things like that. This is so LA that everybody in LA like knows about it and nobody else does for a couple months. Like this, it does actually make sense.
Wow,
in those
I
terms.
really like that perspective.
Yeah. I buy it.
Thank you for solving this 20-year mystery for me. I'm like, why is it only LA?
We've already experienced it in many forms. Like, she just has it, and that's why she's like, I can only reach so many people right now. She knows her limits, and she's playing within them. So, yeah,
I do like that they're testing her power levels. Right, she's still getting the gist of things, and she's surprised.
I genuinely, the thought when watching it, when she's like, yeah, I can only do this so much right now. I'm like, oh, she's not at her full strength. If she goes too quick, too fast, it won't have an effect. And that's my immediate like, that's Buffy logic. That makes sense. Like, let's move on.
No, that makes it perfect. I do like that.
I love that so many of our Buffy brains can do that leap of like, well, in Buffy, this is what they would do. So sure, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down to subscribe.
Yeah. That's like, I forget, there was a book I read and I was like, they spend too much time explaining the magic. Like, I need a Buffy. We get one line, we keep moving. I don't want more. Like, I don't care, right? It's not real, so it doesn't matter. Just give me a quick, and then magic happened and we keep fucking going.
And we'll get to it because there's some realism things that happen in this episode that I'm like, that's not real, but I'm willing to suspend my belief in a supernatural drama, but we'll get there. So
yes, fair. So we open the episode. I do like this opening with the Beach Boys. Wouldn't it be nice playing? I did have a moment of, man, I consistently am like, how does Angel have so much bigger of a budget? Like, it feels like Buffy would not have had the budget for a Beach Boys song.
That UPN money is not good.
Because I feel like outside of like seasons like 3, 6, where they had like occasional musician at the Brahms, but that was like
No, season 6, they had Angie Hart for Conversations with Dead People. That was
season
incredible.
7. Yes.
Oh, season 7, excuse me.
Yeah, she was good. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, what I remember from Buffy in terms of Buffy music that came later on were the promos that UPN did. Like, I'm not just a little girl anymore. Sorry. And I love that. I'm sorry. I can't sing.
We don't have the copyright actually, so you can't finish that.
Yeah. We will get
You don't want to get flagged.
But I like that it like everyone looks all happy, and then we get like Fred in a panic being chased, like slamming onto a car. Wes and Gunn are chasing her. And again, I do think that they give Fred her due, and this is when I watched it live, this is when I started actually really liking Fred. I was always charmed by her, but for me, this is, and while I don't like this arc, I hate Jasmine, I think this is when they let her come into her own. Because there's been a few moments in previous seasons where like the Pylea arc is like she survived in this demon world, but then she becomes kind of like the damsel in distress when she comes back to LA. And they give her moments of like at Lorne's Bar, Caritas, when she picks up the like bow and arrow to aim it at Gunn's old like buddies, but then she gets taken down. And I think they're not quite as consistent with it with her. And then this seems to be, they let her be more confident and like in charge, because I think season 5 Fred is the version of Fred I really love. Like she's like in charge of her own department. Jamie, I feel like you have a rebuttal.
Well, I feel like the moment you meet her parents in the episode where they come to find her, and then and she almost goes home with them and chooses to stay. And to me, that's when it's like, yes, she's solidified as a member of this group who's not just, and she does get, in her scrapes a little bit because she's so tiny. Who of the group will not be picked up by a demon and carried off? But I think for me, I think her arc's pretty smooth from going from Pylea up. And I do think that's what makes the Illyria thing so tragic, is because she really has come into her own as like, she's a literal boss at this point. But we all know that Illyria is like my favorite thing to ever happen to television. So like, I love the tragedy of it. So
I'm obsessed
I think
with you, Jamie. I love Illyria too. I hate that Fred had to. I hate how they're like her soul was destroyed, resurrected. Like that to me is horrific. But God damn it, do I love Illyria?
I wish I could show you my giant Illyria tattoo, but it
Dayspring,
unfortunately is.
Okay, we'll talk about that some other
time.
We don't have the budget or the rights to show it right now, so yeah, we'll have to do that later off camera.
That is like the podcast, like accountant, like trying to wrangle in Ian all the time.
She's like, no, girls, come on.
We got notes, we got a script, we gotta go.
We then see that they stop another girl who has hair like Fred, and I do think it's clever that she's like, she said Jasmine wanted me to have the jacket. Isn't Jasmine great? And they're like, yeah, Jasmine's great. God, we have to find Fred. Like, I do appreciate she's in the sewer. I always think how much nicer the sewer looks on these shows. Like, I'm like, it would fucking stink down there. It would look terrible, but it's like cool, dimly lit sewer.
Freshly cleaned sewer in LA.
Exactly.
Which would never happen.
Post credits, we go back to the hotel. We see that it's like super booked, and there's like a shit ton of people wanting to check in, which is kind of funny. This is like the only time that's ever happened in the however many seasons they've had this hotel. Like, I can't remember there being a time when it wasn't, oh, that person's staying here because we helped them and they have nowhere to go. Not like people actually checking in.
Also, the Hyperion's massive.
Yes.
Like,
so
when
big.
I visited LA, I went to go see it. I went to see outside, but it's still massive. Like, even if, like, when we get there, when we find out Jasmine's eating people, I'm like, there's going to be a rotation. We can do double people in a room. I don't think these people care. And Justice for Lorne keeps getting his clubs destroyed. Why didn't they use the banquet hall for Lorne and, like, make money that way? For a company that was always struggling, why weren't we thinking outside the box here with things that we could have done? I'm confused.
Angel's never had a business plan in the 2 centuries he's been alive, per Cordelia.
And the only person who really did was Cordelia. And they fricked that up so hard.
I mean, no, but you're right. Having him do a, like, lounge night, use that, like, that would be, like, super trendy.
Yeah.
And if it was modern times, it would have been Angel B&B. Like, we really could have gone there.
What concerns me is how disgusting these rooms must be. Like, they don't have a staff to clean these rooms. People are coming from across for everywhere to come stay in these rooms, and like the beds have to be so dusty. And I'm just like concerned about what they're all sleeping.
They have bed bugs.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Hyperion
probably.
Hotel has bed bugs for sure.
They also just had like a demon portal open up a few episodes ago. I'm sure something else is in there. Like, we've been cleaning out room by room. But honestly, with Jasmine's control, we could have easily, I think that's what realistically happened. They probably were like, cool, let's clean up, everybody get into the position. So
That is a good point.
They
That she's
fix the
like,
plumbing.
hey, everyone, go clean the hotel. And they'd be like, yes, we'll
Yeah.
go. God, so Jamie, I think it was on Threads that you posted this, or Blue Sky, the like pluribus, and it was a picture of.
pluribus, yeah.
I was thinking about this whole episode. I forgot the like minds connecting part of this arc, and I kind of like, I posted your fucking meme, and I clearly didn't get it correctly because I forgot about this part, which is very integral to your pluribus comparison.
yeah, I love the
I love
all-seeing
Hive
eye.
Mind.
I love the Big Brother moment for this. Like, it feels so like cool and unexplored for what Angel has done so
Yes.
far, outside of like what we've seen in Demons and what they can do. And I really enjoy the fact that that is like the full connection, which is, I think, very useful for if she was a good person. This would have been great. So
Yeah. We get that Connor and Angel want to go find Fred. We see is this the first time we see Jasmine bringing people up? I can't remember if she did it in a previous episode, but whatever.
I think it's like the first time that it's like, we know it's something that is not just like, oh, let's talk. Like, it's something like that for sure.
It's sus.
Right, because Gunn and Wes are like, oh, when's she gonna bring us up? And again, I've said this a lot, but Gina Torres is great. I need to put that at the top of this, but like, my God, the like bullshit, like woo-woo shit that Jasmine, it's like woo-woo mixed with actual religion speak, and it like repels me. Like, she talks and I'm like, what? But like, the way she speaks upsets me.
I think that's why I like it, because I like you will not catch me falling for a cult. Like,
right. I know you feel the same way. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm just like, but because like my strong atheism, like really like I kind of like watching it unfold like this, and
That's
it's like, guys, but in this case, she is like, they're like magically brainwashed as well.
Right. Right.
And to me, it just reads as comical. It's only funny. And that's why I like it.
But it's funny because I'm a staunch atheist, but I'm an open-hearted atheist, and I can easily fall into like an occult. like I want to be brainwashed, especially, and I don't want to get too relevant to today, but it's like if someone appeared and they just made you feel good, and it was all peace and love, and it was just someone who was good, I'm on board. You know what I mean? Like, talk to me, corny, and especially if it's Gina Torres. You know what I mean?
I will say, as this year has been going on, I remembered last semester, one of my students who I have again this semester, who's like, we have a lot of the same nerdy tastes in stuff. And a lot of my students just don't watch TV. So when I find a student who actually there's a TV show I can talk to about, I'm like, oh my God, let's talk about it. And I remember him talking to me about pluribus and him being like, yeah, but professor, I would just do it. I would just be like, that's fine. He was like, I wouldn't care if I was mind controlled, and I wouldn't care if everyone else was, because that's still better than what we have. And I remember thinking, like, that's so bleak. But now I am kind of like, well, maybe, I don't know. Like, maybe
this episode specifically is so relevant to what you're probably experiencing in America as well, where people are just blindly believing something.
Yeah.
And like, just even watching it back under that lens, I'm like, oh, you don't even need magic. It is so easy to do that and control people. Even like during the early stages of COVID, where people were like, this is a conspiracy, they're trying to control you. And I was like, even if 5 years from now they told us that this was a complete lie, I would have been happy to know that I tried doing everything in my power not to kill other people.
Right.
And
you would think. Yeah,
put the iPad in my back, like, insert the 5G chip. I don't care, as long as it was only for the greater good. But like, it's so easy to do on every flip side of what that argument could be. And even when Lauren is hosting the MLM religious sermon about praise Jasmine moving forward, like in the next scene, it's very funny to watch that happen. And like, those are direct things that I've probably seen on TikTok of people doing the same thing for your government. So it's like kind of crazy. So
I like to think maybe because I was watching this quite young that I would never pull a Connor. Like I'm pretty confident that like ignorance is bliss would never be my stance in any scenario. But like you're right. We are getting to a time where, but I think it's less about being happy and more about being stupid.
Both could go hand in hand, though, I think.
I was about to say the same exact thing.
I wish I was happy and stupid. Please.
I'd rather be miserable and smart. I would.
Yeah. No, but you know, like Jamie, I had to say, I watched this when I was young. And again, I like to think I would be a Winifred. I would be, you know, Angel. The idea of Connor, as we know, he's not brainwashed. He's always seen it for what it is, and he's going along. As an adult now, who's a little jaded, I'm like yeah, I'll go along with it. Xana, I love exactly what you said, though. I think the Buffy reboot team should hear your theories on mind control in today's world and how that could apply with magical terms in the Buffyverse. Just saying.
I have plenty of thoughts for that team. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Slide into their DMs, please, and become the showrunner.
I want to ask, though, did y'all watch this live, like
I did,
airing date week to week? What did it feel like? Did you feel like so gaslit and so crazy when we went from the apocalyptic storyline to this? Were you like, what is actually going on? Because I feel like this was so hot and cold, and like seeing it back to back, episode to episode, that you can see minutes after each other, it's a little bit easier to take in. But were you not going like 6 days being like, what the fuck just happened?
Yes.
I was 13, so it was like the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Like I just like didn't have the capacity to like really think about like what they were doing to charisma and all that stuff until I was a little older. So I was just like, this is crazy. This is like I'm pretty sure I was just like into it. I don't think I was criticizing it at all.
This is where everyone calls me old on the pod. I was in like college when I was watching this, and I was like, the fuck is this? Like I like hated it immediately. Because it felt like them saying, oh, it was all connected. Look, it was all leading to this. It was so, even then, so obvious that it was not, that I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this isn't connected. And I actually kept waiting for it to somehow tie into Buffy season 7. And Dayspring, I don't know if you remember, the posting boards were like, people were trying to connect, where they'd be like, oh my God, I think, you know, she's working
Slayer.com.
Like, she's working for the first evil, or like when we see Darla in the previous 2 episodes ago, they're like, oh, that was the first evil. Like, I remember thinking maybe it's going to tie in somehow and that will make me feel better. And then we got to the finale where they're just like, we're rebooting the show. And it was like, well, clearly that was nothing was tying in.
Well, even with like the Angel Faith storyline and the Beast, like with the sun being blotted out and like that part of the world, but only that part of the world, it did tie into like nothing, like everything going on in Sunnydale, in the sense that like the apocalypse was happening,
right?
But just in different sections. And I guess Cleveland probably saw that as well with another Hellmouth. But like, you never know. Like, it's just, they would never have been able to connect those two. But even with the sun being blotted out, that's a pretty big thing, but only for the downtown LA core, clearly.
I really like how specific that is, right? It's like, only the one city, not even the places near that city. Because, like, what is it? They say Sunnydale. Do they? I forget. They ever specify? Don't they say how far away it is? Like,
I always took it like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, right. Like, it's not
something
like
that. It's drivable.
Yeah. Probably 4 hours with LA traffic, but
exactly.
a lot less. You know.
Where's Sunnyvale?
I don't know where Sunnyvale is in relation to LA.
Because I feel like that's probably what they were like, just put a D in there. We'll make it work. Like, I think that's probably the realistic distance between them and LA.
Yeah. And Sunnyvale has the area code 730.
Look at that.
It's all connected.
Little Miss Muffet counting down to 730.
God, do I even watch Buffy? I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh,
right. Yeah. Sorry, I felt like I was like Valerie Cherish there for a second. I'm like, yeah, like that, yeah. Like my eyes are like crying. I wish, there was momentum building to sort of pull on what Ian was saying, and I agree with Jamie. I wasn't as cynical as you, Ian, but I believe that this was gearing towards something larger. And I just accepted the narrative because I think Buffy and Angel in so many ways were this meta roadmap for how television shows should tell stories. We didn't really have series like that, before them. And so I think hindsight's 2020, but at the time, you're like, what are they going to do next? Where is this going? It's going to lead to something big. And it did not, but
So we also get the one small scene of Connor and Angel in the sewers, like Connor's tracking her, and things like this, right, Jamie? I wish we got a little bit more of this stuff where they get to have a normal conversation. Connor isn't trying to kill him, and like Angel is like, wow, that was terrible.
I love this scene because it just like it because of the happiness of Jasmine, they're able to just like be father and son, and Connor's not insufferable for like 5 minutes.
Yes.
And it's
the
kind
only
of
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like the Connor we get briefly in season 5, which is when he's like it's a similar thing because of these mind wipe businesses. They're just like a little better, and it's nice to see because it is exhausting. Tony was kind of walking around while I was watching, and he would see Connor on the screen. He'd go, oh, and then he'd walk away. Like he's just so unpleasant at all times. So I really like this scene a lot.
Yeah, I really was thinking, like, I wish we were able to get just a few more of these. Because like you said, it is just father and son. It's like they're having a conversation. Connor's not freaking out and trying to kill him. And Connor is also very matter of fact about it too, where he's just like, oh yeah, he would leave me. I was wondering, like, what's a train look like in a hell dimension, but whatever. And Connor's just like, oh yeah, once I found him in only 5 days. And like, the way he delivers that and Angel's reaction, like, tell you a lot about these characters, right? Like, Connor doesn't see that as, like, abuse or anything other than, like, yeah, I was really proud one time it only took 5 days.
I mean, it was his normal, right? Like, he didn't know anything but that. And I think that even this scene, as much as we enjoy seeing Connor and Angel speak to each other, like, normally, it actually ties into him, the reveal of Connor knowing that he wasn't under any magical powers from Jasmine, that he saw the true form, that he knew everything that was going on. And it speaks to how deeply damaged that upbringing gave him. And I think just solidifies that home by saying, like, yeah, I was abandoned and I had to go find him. And like, of course, this hell monster that I fathered is controlling everybody and eating people. What's the difference? Like my own father is a demon. Who cares about my demon daughter? Like I think just like seeing that kind of revealed in that sense where it's like he is just damaged. There is no like until he's brain wiped, there is no normalcy for him.
But also what I love about that scene too is that Connor is trying to have a relationship with Angel. He's playing that game with him. And I don't know. It's these moments we'll never see again. It's really unfortunate. I am a Connor apologist. I like Connor very much. I had the biggest crush on Vincent growing up.
I did have a crush on him back in the day.
Yeah, I loved him. The second I saw him, I was like, yeah, Connor, but he is insufferable. That is a really valid point. And it's just, I don't know if insufferable maybe is how I would epitomize my feelings, but it's a lack of character growth. And I think this is a moment where we're seeing some kind of growth for Connor, where he's trying to have a relationship with Angel. He's not trying to murder him or bury him at sea. So,
God, what a sentence! Or bury him at sea,
No, I'm sure he had something planned.
Yeah, inside you there are two wolves. One of them wants to kill your father. The other one wants to bury him at sea. So Fred goes to the Magic Bullet bookshop with the dude from Mulholland Drive, who is in like, especially this Jamie, right? This guy was in like everything in that era, right?
Yeah, he pops up a lot. I mean, he'll always be Mulholland Drive in my brain, but like he's a great weird little actor. Love to see him.
Like this, like makes sense for him to play this role as like a conspiracy theory bookshop dude. I like that it's like Fred gets along with him, and he kind of like it almost feels like she kind of can get him better, right? Like. Jasmine stuff aside, it's like, the CIA chip brain. Sure. Like
she walked in and she was like, oh, thank God, a nerd. Like, someone I can speak to.
The thing I do like about this is like she's still able to talk to him about stuff. So I know I said I don't like the Jasmine stuff, but I like the little nuance of like they are still mostly themselves. Like not talking about Jasmine, they're still themselves, and like the guy still is like, no, that was happening. Like, no, the CIA still does. Brainwash. Oh, they're still like he's still a conspiracy theorist. just not when it comes to Jasmine. And I do like that is right. Like that's a big difference between this and like Invasion of the Body Snatchers or like or even Pluribus, but Pluribus a little bit more so. They do hold their stuff there, but they all have the same personality. So I like the difference in this mind control until I do not later, but we will get there. And she, like, I like that he knows what she's doing, and then he's like, pulls out a gun and a book. He's like, you don't have to do mind control to make everyone see Jasmine. And then where do we go? Where are my notes? We go back to the hotel, and this is when they like all join hands. So Jasmine makes a joke about she's like interviewed for the news, and she says that she sounds like she's talking about a magical troll. And okay, I know this is consistent. I really hate her like verbiage and speech patterns, but it holds true that she's like, oh, I love movies, and still doesn't even get the fucking reference right. Like, I'm like, yes, this would be that person that's like, oh, I love nerd things, Ian. And I'm like, oh, do you? Like, oh, I love the X-Men. Iron Man's my favorite. Like, that's like something someone like that would say.
But then she like fluently speaks Mandarin and then has an offline comment being like, well, yeah, I've been around for a zillion years. And like, you probably watched these movies if you've been around, babe. You've been in a spiritual dimension. I'm sure they had Netflix. Like,
God, I would watch so much movies. Jamie, I don't know that there would be like more movies for you to watch.
Oh, you know it's crazy. There's always more movies to watch, baby.
Jamie is my friend that has seen every fucking movie. Like,
That's
I
not
feel
true,
like
but I will show.
Oh my God. Oh my Jasmine.
the vintage
queen.
archive.
We love physical media here.
That's pretty much the library of Alexandria right now. That's all we have left. Yes.
So they like join hands, and then she's like, I'm not powerful enough yet, but I will see Fred. And I do think this is cool when Fred's walking, like she's going to check into the motel. And I kind of like the visual of how different everyone is, but they all still are connected and they all still see her. Like we see the guy and the sex worker, and they're both like, Roop, and they see him, the old lady who's like, Roop. Like I like, that's very like pod people, right? Or what's that?
I like how it's like she's growing.
Movie?
That's Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Is that it? Oh,
Yeah.
the
The remake.
The remake, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jamie, if you're Fred, you were saying.
Oh, I just like that. Like her powers are growing. Like that she doesn't instantly have eyes with everybody, and it just because it keeps getting scarier. And that's what I like about this episode a lot too. Is that like it's both a horror movie and a comedy, which as we all know, go two genres that go together beautifully. And I think that this episode captures that really well.
Yeah, and I like. Oop, we lost Paul. All right, well,
Didn't like what I had to say.
Yeah,
Said,
yeah, I was like,
this.
fuck you, Jamie.
Like, I did not like the sex worker storyline. I did not like that old woman from the inn.
Yeah, and I do like the dude that crashes his car and is on fire and is like, "Don't be afraid, Fred." Like, I do like that.
And I think with that being said, the guy catching fire and still being unaffected, but then it's affecting Jasmine and her not even knowing what her true power is because she hasn't achieved that yet in this dimension is like, that's funny when she's like, oh, I gotta work out the kinks, I guess. She's like shaking, like falling off the bike and getting back on in real time for us, which again kind of goes back to like, I can't be on national television yet. I'm not strong enough. Like we're getting essentially hand fed like she needs to grow. And then with the continuation of eating people, I think it's like, I think that's as much as I argued that it was rushed, they did put in so much like this through line and like we're trying to sew in the fact that like we're getting there. Don't worry. It's not like completely this one-off, like she can do whatever. It's we have to get there, which I appreciate at least in the realism of what this would look like if we had that. So.
Yes. Yeah, because like what is it? She's been like in whatever dimension, right, for like however many years. So like she doesn't quite fully, that like makes sense. And that's also very Buffy too, right? Like Glory isn't at full power when she's in Sunnydale. Like
Illyria has to grow. Like I imagine like, let's go to Illyria for a sec. When they figured out where all the old ones' coffins were and she had to get pulled out, like that's what I imagined what Jasmine was doing outside of where she was with Cordelia when she was the higher power. Like where that, I like that those two things exist spiritually in multitudes where like the physical is here, but the the sentient is there, which I like being able to know that those are two separate spaces. So
yeah, no, I agree. And the fact that they're pretty consistent with that, like that there are different, I like that. So Fred is still being chased. She's walking down the road. And then there are two different cuts here that are really abrupt. I like rewound like 3 times to be like, wait, did I miss something? Because it's edited weird where she's tumbling down like the hill and then just is in the cave. And I kept thinking I missed something, but it is just right. She just like falls into.
Just kind of falls in there.
Yeah.
And it falls immediately on the demon.
On the
Like
little
not
guy.
just next to, like it literally caught her. It was very, very much that. Also, Fred is just getting tossed around this episode.
She
is not on her feet at all. She is on the floor in many scenes.
And she is like 10 pounds. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. He, like, I've seen this so many times that I know that he's like, he's back. All right. That he eats people. So I already have like this ickiness, but I have a very irrational, but very real fear of Chucky. And so like little guys really scare me. And this guy, even though he's like goofy looking and has kind of like a fish face, he like makes my stomach hurt a little bit. And I love watching the scene because like I know that he wants to eat her and it just creeps me out. And like, but I also like that, like everything about it is cool. What we're getting from Fred, it's just like a fun insert and weird insert into this episode.
Yes.
It's weird, but a good kind of weird that I really enjoy.
I like his costuming as well. Like he does not need to be in khakis and a button-up shirt, but I'm so glad that like I need a wristwatch. I need him to be like reading the newspaper. I need him to do those things. Like I think we got to see like that almost domestication of the demons last season when Fred and Gunn go like clear out like the old demon couple's like pest problem.
Yeah.
But they're just like clearly an old couple, but demons. I really enjoyed the mentality that like, of course he's just hanging out in his little cave, having his finger food. Like, yeah, so chill, so casual for the LA living of a demon.
It's so sassy too, where he's here like, I'm sorry, do you live in a pit? Like, oh, so
and
great.
she has.
So and yeah, the answer, yes. And I do like Jamie, to your point, that she is on alert. She's like, give me a break with those teeth. You don't eat meat. And he's like, well, maybe I eat some fish sometimes. And it is really weird. I was gonna say, Jamie, it's so, in theory, I shouldn't like it, but I do kind of like it because it's so like, sure, there are demons everywhere in LA that in this world, so sure, she would encounter one.
And how do demons affect, like, are they affected? Like, you know, we know vampires are affected.
Right. We know Lauren is, but like,
why isn't this guy, or, you know?
That was gonna ask. We don't think he is, right? Because I know he like says something when he like goes to bite her. He's like, "Oh, I'll give you your jihadist," but like I'm like, "But dude, you said jihad. She didn't say jihad." So it's like you're like, but I couldn't tell if it was like, well, because I like Jasmine, that's why. But no, it's just he just eats people, right?
I was under the impression that he somehow is unaffected. That was what I always thought.
I didn't get it.
He's affected.
Okay.
Just because, like you said, they're not a complete personality wipe. They keep all the things that they would be doing. They're just still under the control of Jasmine, where I think maybe she was playing the long game here because she doesn't know where he is underground. So they were like, either she was going to take, Jasmine was going to take the demon and take Fred out, not having to worry about it, or was trying to locate where they were. And just like playing the long game of like, we'll just not reveal this until the absolute last minute if I have to. That's where I was in that sense. But
all right,
yeah.
That's fair. So she kills him. He goes to eat her. She hits him with is it a mallet or an axe? Something in his head.
It's a hatchet.
Right. Okay. Duh. We go to the hotel where Lauren is having his little thing. And I like this. I do like this. I love
this.
That the one girl who's just crying. We get the little lady who's like, I have 7 cats. I named them all Jasmine. I'm like very charmed by that. Connor and Angel's backup guitarist is from Ozzy Osbourne's band, apparently. Zach Wilde.
Wow.
Weird. Yeah. It was like in the trivia over this episode, and I was like, that is like, who knew that person to get like right? That feels like someone knew that person, and they're like, oh yeah, he'll come do it.
I wanna argue that like these people are just all on the lot, and they're like, do you want to jump in? Like, come on, come do the scene with us. And like, maybe that's how they got the Beach Boys song. They were like, can we put this in? Like, they're just on the set that day doing something. Like, that's how I would like to believe that these things are going on.
I wonder if that song is just cheaper because I feel like it's in everything. I feel like that specific song is in so many things. It's a great song, though. You know,
it is. Yeah. So we get, I like Connor and Angel singing together too. I just like that. That's like,
and it's Mandy, but Jasmine. That cracks me up. That's the kind of shit that really gets in my funny bone.
Yes.
It's just so meta for Angel specifically that they keep bringing it back to Barry Manilow, and then just like, of course they're doing it together. And Connor knowing it. After he was raised in a hell dimension, I was like, so there is scenes that we're not seeing of like Angel's influence on him where he's like, have you heard this song before? Like casually in the hotel on a night off that they have? Like, of course.
I think that's such a beautiful scene. It's one of my favorite scenes for them as a father-son duo.
Yes.
That and their final scene together in the finale, him trying to help out with homework. It's really cute.
Yeah, no, I agree. So then we get the cut to Fred standing outside the bookshop, and that was another moment when I was like, "Wait, what?" Like because I was like, "Wait, when does she get there?" But that's her plan is like luring everybody in. She goes in. I like that the guy asked for her autograph because like now she's famous. And Jasmine enters with the gang, and this is for me like the Fred moment when she's like, sorry, not to you, to Angel, and then fucking shoots Jasmine. I like it. Also, just like, I hate that, like, the speak she uses, so I'm like, yeah, fucking get that religious asshole out of here, Fred. So then, man, they like, and you just mentioned it, Xana, but they really manhandle, like, watching him like grab Fred and throw her. I'm like, oh God, you're so much bigger than her. She's so small.
It's basically leave her alone. Get a job.
Yes. Connor grabs Angel and says, "You ruin everything." And I'm like, no, you ruin everything.
The fact that he was so ready to turn on him, like on a dime, be like, okay, you've done no growth. Go into the corner. You're in timeout, Connor.
We were tricked. Yeah, we were tricked to thinking there was some growth, but alas, there was none. Fred and Angel escape, and so the guy, instead of cleaning up Jasmine's blood, she says, "Burn it." I was reading in the trivia that the implication is he does stay in there and die because
that's what I thought too. That's because that's totally what I thought.
I also love the little hint of like, oh, let me give you a little conspiracy theory tidbit. Like as a reward, I know all this information. Again, being like, I like that even the name of the shop, the title of the episode, and it's like that cute little bow that they put on it, which goes against what I said of being rushed, where like clearly they thought this through. It just feels rushed from a fan's perspective where I'm like, we want more from all of this.
Yeah.
And like the religious undertones of this entire episode. I mean, Angel entirely as a series has that, but like when they are just speaking to Jasmine and how she's speaking to them, it's just so relatable to what we're experiencing now in that regard, where it's like they can pretty much say anything and everyone will believe it. And I think in the next scene, when Jasmine's explaining why Angel isn't there, she says, and I wrote this quote down quickly, but she says, I let my kindness overshadow everything, and then their hate got in there, and that's why he turned. And it's just like, we have to eradicate the hate, which is very much what religious people would say about us. So it's like, like hearing that spoken aloud again, I'm like, no good. No.
Oh, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make a really good point about that, because like, but at least Jasmine makes a little bit more sense to follow, right? Like she's at least like nice to
But she's lying. She's lying to them about what's actually happening. So she's like to a T.
Yes,
a religious zealot. Like
yes, I don't know if y'all, Dayspring, if you remember. So like we get the moment of like Angel and Fred in the alleyway, and Angel's like upset and they have to kiss. That was like
that was a trailer.
Yes.
That was the entire trailer for the episode.
I remember being like, oh, they're gonna hook up, and like not even thinking, well, that can't happen right now on this plot line.
Can I tell you something? I think Angel wanted it. Like he was so turned on that Fred took charge. And he's here like, even the way he said it, like, I think they did buy it. Like, David Boreanaz played that scene as if like Angel was like really turned on by Fred.
I mean, look at his track record.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Look at all the powerful women that's in his life. He goes after all of them.
He just wanted to be dominated. Angel just wants to be saved. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. As much as it's a weird choice to be like, let's have them kiss here. Like, it is there's some chemistry there that I don't want them to explore. I'm not interested in them ever exploring that. That's weird. But if they want to make these two hot people kiss, I'm not going to complain about it.
Like, go right ahead. I don't fucking care. So this brings me to the thing I really dislike about all this is that I really don't like, and I appreciate that it's different, but I don't like that, like, they are upset then.
Oh, I love that.
Like, losing...
Like, depressed
Jasmine.
from not being happy.
Yeah. That's, like, my favorite thing about it. And it's because, like, they experienced euphoria. It's like being in love and then losing that love is, like, it's like a breakup of the worst possible you can imagine. I think that makes it so strong because they know it's wrong and they know they have to get over it. But like, yeah, I do want to slit my wrists because I had the ultimate love and now it's gone from my life forever and I'll never feel that again. I love that.
Take us to church, Jamie. I couldn't agree with you more. Jamie, you're like my Jasmine now.
I think we're all signed up to Jamie's MLM.
Yeah, I'll be emailing you all later.
Okay, listen, motherfuckers. I was signed up for it first when I stayed with Jamie and her man in LA.
You get your 15% from us, whatever. I think there's a little. Maybe I missed it on this rewatch and how many times I've seen this, but is there a little bit of an inconsistency about how the blood reveal works? Yeah. In the sense that Angel and Fred saw it, the guy that originally touched Jasmine saw it, but then when they just use in the next scene when they get Cordelia's blood and insert it into everybody, they haven't actually looked at Jasmine, or maybe they're looking at a photo and that's what they're seeing. Too.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Or is it maybe just like a direct link that like their brain washes it away and they're like, oh no, all their thoughts are gone from like actually believing Jasmine's that until they actually see her again?
I thought it was a couple of beats. I'm sorry, Jamie.
No, go ahead. You go first.
No, you're the right one here. I'm looking at I took a couple beats. Coincidentally, Angel and Fred were in proximity. I always thought you had to see Jasmine in order for it to wear off, but I took it as give it a few minutes and it works.
Yeah.
My thought was it's not that you have to see her. It's just that in the moment, Angel was like full vamp, gonna kill Fred. And there was like, to me, there's so much adrenaline in him that he had to see her for it to click. I think that's
a very good point.
I would argue that it wasn't Angel. I would argue that was Vangelis. Like the way that he interacted with her with the gun.
I do agree.
Yeah. Because like, honestly, like you said, they experienced euphoria. Yeah. Would you argue that that's not perfect happiness?
You're right.
My God,
Jasmine carrying the gypsy curse, like right then and there. Like that's where I kind of picked up, especially with how he interacted with her with the gun. That's not Angel as a vampire. That's like dark. So
I can see that. Yeah,
I agree.
But it wouldn't come back is the thing. So you have to has to be put back.
Yeah, his soul, in theory, by the logic of the show, his soul would be gone. And so they'd have to reinstall him if he was experiencing true happiness.
We are playing fast and loose with some of the things that are happening in this show. I think we can forgive them for doing that, giving us a moment.
David Greenwald on this episode right now. So we have questions, David Greenwald.
I feel like it's like in season 1 when he gets drugged with like happy pills. I feel like it's kind of like that, like a temporary.
Thank you, MLM Queen.
Yeah. So we then, what is it? They go back to the hotel. They go to Cordelia's body. It is, so I want you all to know, so Dana Piccoli, who's one of our co-hosts as well, this is her first time going through this season, and she was like, well, wait, but isn't this Cordelia's last season? What does she do after this? She's in a coma. And I was like, oh, that's how we end the season. And she was like, wait, what? She's just in a coma for the rest? I was like, yeah, we check in on her body laying down a few times.
Did Charisma film everything all at once? Did she come back to film these body moments? I'm curious.
I don't know.
Good question.
Jamie, what do you think would be?
I feel like the way TV production works, they film episode to episode. So I feel like she
Especially back
had
then,
to just
right?
come back and take a nap every
Yeah.
time. They filmed an
Which
episode.
would be the easiest thing for her to do, considering.
Yeah.
Or
Ian,
they got a
Charisma,
bunch
call
of
her out.
B-roll of it.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just DM her real quick. Yeah.
DM her really quick. No, I did think it was B-roll that they just shot ahead and they worked around whatever they had of her because she, in theory, would be on mat leave, right? And she was. So I don't know. But if they do use body doubles later for her. I don't know. Again, call up Charisma.
I'm not touching that one. But so Lorne walks in, they put some blood on Lorne. He's also taking out, they bring Wes and Gunn in, and Connor, per usual, fucks everything up because they put the blood on him, and then he turns on them and says, everybody's in here. And my God,
but like they rip his shirt open. Like I was like,
that's fan service.
I'm like that girl from Supernatural, the fangirl from Supernatural. When I saw it, I was like so like in love. Sorry. I mean, at the time, Connor was older. The actor was older than me. And now it's so weird being middle-aged and being like, look at that twink.
No, it's funny. I forget that he's supposed to be because, he was older than us when we watched it. And I often forget, but also because he doesn't look like 15. I often forget that he's supposed to be so much younger. Because, also, how the fuck old is Cordelia at this point? Like, they age her up, even though she's actually, 20?
21, 22?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she's
no.
only
Cordelia was much older in Buffy. Charisma was older, correct?
Well,
Charisma,
the
as an
actor.
actor,
Charisma
but
is.
the
Charisma, the actress
character.
is. But the
But she
character
would've been-
would be
okay.
22.
Hear me out. She would have graduated around 18, and this is the 4th season of Angel, so she would have been 23 or 24.
18, 19, 20, 21,
2022.
22, 23. Yeah. 4 years.
Mathematics. I agree. She seemed older.
You know what? It's her styling, because charisma, I mean, oh my God, those first seasons, charisma is stunning. Today, charisma, you look at her, you're like, what?
Yeah.
I think it's just her styling with how they dressed her. Evil.
The Bob,
So many hair
the evil
choices.
Bob,
The evil Bob.
for sure.
Yeah. Listen, the WB was cracking down on haircuts at the time. I don't know why Charisma did not get that memo. Someone
There was a whole season where her hair changed every
episode. Oh my God,
Yeah.
the Courtney Cox bangs where it's like an uneven,
Mhm.
and she, again, Charisma. She needed us.
The only one I don't love this Bob here, but the only one I really don't like is the Kate Gosselin blonde.
Oh, the blonde,
That's just horrendous.
She's just not blonde.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we are at the end here. What is your favorite outfit, Jamie?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna give it to the little creep, the little demon.
Yes, guy, just demon in the pit.
Yeah.
Dayspring?
I'm giving it to the MVP wardrobe of this episode, which is Winifred Burkle's red jacket that saved her. I mean, it was really cute. I love the styling.
Brett White said that's his favorite outfit in all of Angel that anyone wears because he loves that jacket.
It's a beautiful jacket. I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if I'd give it the best outfit.
Yeah, that's.
I love Brett, and I love Brett. So for me to disagree with Brett, I feel strongly about that opinion.
Xana, what's your favorite outfit?
I agree. I like the outfit, Fred's outfit, sans the jacket, like the blue floral and then the brown pants and the black boot. It was very potential Slayer of her, so I was in on that.
And a very 70s influence. And in the early aughts, 70s clothes was coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Like bell bottoms and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm with you. I like it with the jacket, but I think it looks cute without the jacket too. It fits her well, looks nice on her. It's cute. Mm-hmm. Favorite scene, Dayspring?
Angel and Connor singing. I think it's for what I said earlier, very happy moment between father and son. And you know what? It's one of the only times that Vincent and David actually seem to have chemistry. Yeah. Like I can believe they're talking in between takes. How about that?
Yes. Xana.
I like when Fred shoots Jasmine in the bookstore. I really enjoy that.
Jamie?
It's the whole montage of what's going on in like the Praise Jasmine that like ends with the Mandy, but like comedy editing is like one of my favorite tools on earth, and just that whole sequence of cutting to like the coming back to the crying. But also we didn't really talk about, and I want to call out Gunn and Wesley, the way that they're like pointing to the photo of Fred, and the way like this is a monster, and it's just so funny to hear that coming from Wesley. That like all that whole chunk really tickles me.
Oh my god! But when he's like, "Don't be seduced by her beautiful charm," and I think they're trying. I wish they would have had a more awkward photo of Fred there. You know what I mean? Because that's like this glamour shot of her. Like, I wish it was like something like her looking confused as to why her photo's being taken. Like, don't let this glamorous, beautiful woman like take. The other thing I want to say about Fred, though, where I caught myself screaming at the screen, and again, Fred's supposed to be the smartest person of the Angel team, was when Cordelia grabbed Angel's hand. Yeah. And Fred is like, oh, but people in coma, they often do things like that. I'm like, bitch, no! Like,
that's literally what I was saying. When I brought that up earlier, I was like, we can suspend belief on so much in this show, but I was like, the medical realism here, that would never happen. Her arm maybe move, not fully grab the knife before it gets stabbed in her. Like,
she obviously has some kind of mystical protection here, and so she's still there. What
should have been the explanation, not, she's in a coma. No.
Yeah. I wanted to smack her. I'm like, and poor Amy Acker. Amy Acker delivered that line. She believed it.
Even hearing her say it, you could feel her brain be like, that's not right. That's not right.
Hands up, beautiful baby eyes. She's just looking off to the side. Sorry.
She's so pretty and so smart. I'm like, yeah, all right, that makes sense.
I believed it. I was like, the bride spitting in her coma in Kill Bill. That's like, isn't that like kind of the same thing? Like, that's where my mind went. I learned all of my coma facts from the
is still there, though. The bride is still there. That's the entire point. The bride is enduring. So Cordelia is enduring. Sorry.
Also, I want to point out that Dayspring had a hard out, and he is now delaying us from the hard out.
Sorry.
Keep going.
I just have feels about Fred. Where did you get your PhD? Is what I want to know.
So he was in the middle of it. She got sucked into a health dimension. Not her fault. She didn't read that book.
True. She, like, in the process of getting it, went to Pylea. So
she can be wrong on some things.
My favorite is the same as yours, Jamie. That whole along. I love going back to the girl crying because that would be me. Like, I would be the girl crying. Like, I just have a lot of feelings. I'm crying. I'm so happy. Everyone's happy. That would be me. So I like that. What grade do we give this episode, Xana?
Okay, I'm going to give it a B+, just because there are some things that I wish were just fleshed out more for me, but I'm going to give it a B+ because I do really enjoy this episode. I think it has all the perfect elements of what makes Angel, the comedy, the darkness, the comedic timing on just like the smallest scenes, like the MLM scene with Lorne, just like the backstory and the lore that we're getting just inserted so quickly. I really enjoy all of that. So B+ for me.
All right. Jamie?
It's an A for me. This is one of my favorite episodes of the season. I love it as a standalone episode of television. I love it as, I think it's the strongest episode of the Jasmine arc. And I think like the next episode is kind of a slog when they're all like hiding in the sewers and and it's just a bummer. It stalls what this episode does, I think. So for me, like if I was ranking this whole season, this might be a top 3 for me. So I'm giving it a good old A.
Jamie, not that I did it on purpose, but I gave you both of your favorite episodes this season. What a good host I am.
I know. You're so good to me. If you're ready for season 5, I refuse to miss it. I'm like, I'm gonna crawl my way into every season 5 episode. Like, oh, you didn't invite me? I'm here anyway.
She's just joining every Zoom meeting. Yeah. She's like, I'm here. I'm ready.
I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were on the invite. I wasn't, but I'm here. Nope. Dayspring?
Yeah, I think B+. And I think it's a lot happens in it. It's well paced. It's good to see the characters outside of their comfort zone. And, the cinematography is very different. Obviously, we see a lot of sunshine and light, which is, not the norm for Angel. B+. B+.
All right. You all convinced me. I think I had a flat C, but I think I'm going to do C+, B-.
Yeah?
I gave like the last 3 episodes F's.
Ian's
so this
the
is
biggest
like
Jasmine hater.
I am.
Why you gotta be hitting on Jasmine?
I don't like a deity. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for listening. If you liked Slayerfest 98, you can find us on all podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else. You can watch our video recording because all of our episodes are video recordings now on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, give us a good rating, helps get the podcast out there. If you want to support us, we are on Patreon where we're going through every episode of Buffy as it turns 25. We are just finishing up season 5. We also are covering X-Men the Animated Series, Batman the Animated Series. We just started book club. We did our first one on Heated Rivalry. We have hangouts, watch-alongs, all that. Any and all support is much appreciated. If you want to follow us on social, we are at Slayerfest X98. If you want to follow me, I'm at ENX Carlos. Xana, where can everyone find you?
You can follow me, Xana's Revenge and Xana Del Rey on other platforms. And you can watch Canada's Drag Race Season 5 and Slaycation Season 2 if you want to see me on TV. So,
someone mentioned that last night in our recording. Like, oh my God, I love Xana on Slaycation.
I was very different there. So you've seen both. Very different.
And Jamie, where can everyone find you and your things?
At Jamie Jirak on Instagram and Letterboxd. And then my podcast is Love in the Time of Hydra at LidoPod. I'm sure by the time this episode comes out, we'll have already resumed our season 3 coverage of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the first half of season 3 was so awesome. We got so many people from the show. So I'm hoping that energy comes in for the second half. So definitely follow us along. And thank you, as always, for having me. I love being here.
And Dayspring, where can everyone find you?
Yeah, we're at Power of X-Men on Instagram and all podcast platforms. We just had Chris Claremont on the podcast. We had Scott Lobdell. We had Jeff Loeb. We have Philip Seavey coming up. So we're really excited to drop that episode. We talk about the Generation X reunion. We have Jean Grey bookmarkers that I just made, and hit me up at Power of X-Men. Oh, Jamie, if you want one, I'll send you one right now. I'm like teleported to you. I also have Nate Gray eating a pizza. So hit us up there. We have some exciting stuff on the podcast coming up. I wait to announce until I have everything recorded, but some really great guests. We primarily do interviews and we explore the X-Men universe.
All right, well, save one of those bookmarks for me because I want one of those. Did you see I replied to your post? I was like, oh my God, I had that bookmark, like that Jean Grey bookmark I had as a kid. All right, everybody, we will see you next time. Bye.